NHL 25 is officially here for early access, and after spending the majority of my day yesterday playing the new game, I felt like sharing my initial thoughts on HUT. While there will be quite a bit of criticism in the video, the intention is not to bash the game, and it's a lot of things that can be fixed quickly. As someone who isn't the best player, I usually avoid being too critical of the gameplay. Although I will say, for the most part, I do enjoy the new gameplay. I think the skating feels fantastic, and that the usage of LT/L2 is finally realistic, as it always keeps you locked onto the opponent's net. One thing I don't necessarily love is the passing. I feel like even with good abilities in both HUT and World HL, some passes miss the mark by a wide margin despite aiming with precision. This is not a major issue, and I think it's something that could be tuned very quickly and hopefully very soon. Moving over to the content side of things, this is where I definitely have the most critiques. Just to note, I have only played this game for one day, not even like 10 hours, and number two, this game has only been out for a day. These are very early thoughts on a lot of things that could be changed or different very soon. Plus, we also haven't even received our first day of live content. The first thing to cover is the new mode, Wildcard. Compared to Hot Rush, I think this mode is fantastic. Now, that may be a low bar, but I think this mode can really deliver if the rewards are actually worth grinding for down the road. The idea of drafting within a salary cap is something I enjoy, while also being able to use cards for my team. I enjoy the length of games, and the best part is that there's none of the stupid ass challenges from Hot Rush where you had to do trick shots to get a bunch of points and stuff, and they didn't work half the time. And yeah, I like being able to play normal. My only issues are, number one, I wish we could just use an indoor arena. Even after I activated my own arena, when I was playing at home, I was still just on the outdoor rink, so I guess that's just permanent. The second issue is that I'm getting random grudge matches against people I've never even played before. I think this is something that's really just happening for early access, so people get as many chances to try the grudge match system as possible. It's just funny when I have a rivalry supposedly with someone I've never played before. Overall though, as I said, this mode should be much better than Rush, and that's a good sign early on. Moving over to the XP path, this is definitely what concerns me the most for this year. I love the addition of it, but I'm very worried that the subtraction of weekly rewards will really hurt this game. The early access path is not very good, and it's pretty quick to complete, as I expect most of the people grinding it to be done by Monday at the latest. This will leave people with not much else to do till next Friday, so I think the unified rewards could be very good within the XP path, but they really need to make these rewards good. The idea of being able to play whatever and however you want is great, but again, the rewards have to be good. The next thing that needs to be discussed is the packs in the store. It's just, honestly, it's just straight up like really absurd that a 900k coin or 12k point pack is just, it's in the store at launch. This pack would never be worth it. Like, you'd have to pull McDavid 10 times to make coins from this pack. I'm aware that cards are different this year, and high 70s and 80s are intended to be desirable cards now, but it gets to a point where people are paying $100 for a 33% chance at McDavid, who at the end of the day is selling for less than 100k already. That reminds me, the only pullable cards currently are base cards, base icons, and power-up icons. You can't pull any X Factors, any MSPs, or any event cards. Nothing. Packs are a massive scam right now, and while I won't tell you what to do with your money, I really suggest staying away from them till they at least add more cards to the pack pool that you can pull yourself. So those are the three major discussion points I have for HUT, but I do have some small critiques and positive thoughts about the less important things. Right now, as of September 28th, you cannot make any of the MSP sets for the Cover Athlete event. I assume this is because the event is actually coming out next Friday, but it's just frustrating because we know all of the cards and we know what the sets are, but we can't complete them. The reason these aren't completable is because there's none of the 82 cards that are needed for the sets to make the MSPs, outside of the 2 that we get to choose from the Hockey's Family pre-order pack. Flipping over to a positive, one thing definitely worth praising is how effective the pre-order bonuses are, specifically for us HUT players. I feel like years in the past the bonuses were kind of just okay. We made out pretty good with all the points and the free cards. Aside from the HUT points that we got, as those are always good, just the cards we got are very good too. The 85s, the 84s, the 82s are all great options for the beginning of this game. Now, something that I desperately wanted changed but we unfortunately didn't get was the tedious process of opening choice packs. It is crazy to me that we don't have a reveal all button for choice packs, and instead we still have to go through each card individually. It's not that it's a major issue, it's just something that would be a huge quality of life enhancement for the game. Now, something that's more of a funny issue is how many damn base icons are in the game. I watched Don't Be Sad 20 on Twitch pull Peter Worrell like 15 times the other day. Like, I think this will be less noticeable once we have more cards to pull, but it would also be great to see a set where we can trade in these base icons for power-up icons. To end off on a positive, the card art in this game is just phenomenal. Like, outside of the base cards, I think they're just okay. The hollow icons, the X Factors, the cover athlete cards, they all just look very, very good. This is something that may not be insanely important, but it's just nice to see and nice to have. I hope we get more of the animated card art throughout the year. So to wrap this whole thing up, NHL 25 Hut has potential, but there's a few things that need some work. You have good gameplay, you have a new mode that people are already enjoying, and you have a new reward system that could be very successful if done correctly. It's all in EA's hands now. Reward the players, communicate with the community, and be consistent with patches and gameplay improvements. The structure of a good game has been built, and it's on them to maintain it now. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. There's more NHL 25 Hut content coming soon. Thanks.